Addiction, to me, is a psychological and a physiological obsession that takes control.
I would define addiction as a compulsive, obsessive disorder. So when somebody starts using a chemical, you know, their ability to control is diminished, and which causes, you know, a lot of other life stressors to take place.
You don't really care about what's going on in the world. You don't care about the people you love. You don't care about yourself. You don't care what your house looks like. You just don't. You give up on it all. You just don't. You could care less if your dog's got food. You could care less if you got food. Smoke your dope. That's all you really care about. And a lot of people don't get that lost, but give it time, it'll take you there. I'd blow off my rent, blow off my bills, blow off whatever I had, and I could cover it next week. Well, here comes next week, and I go out and buy more drugs, and there that goes again. And it's just a routine. You get in that routine, and you can't get out of it. The dope don't let you. It just holds on to you, and you do whatever it takes to get high. You want to get high. You don't want to eat. You care less if you have cigarettes or have gas in your car to get back and forth to work.
What's most important to you is the dope. You don't even take a second thought about what should be important. And for a long time, and then at the end, I had no gas, and I had a bucket in the backyard, but I had a toilet seat on it. So I was doing all right. I had a toilet seat on the bucket for my kids. That's bad. And I had electricity still, and I had everybody in one room in December, January with an electric heater. So I was doing okay. I took them over to the Daily Bread over on Barron so we can eat every day. I was doing good. I was a good father. I made sure my family ate. I made sure we had a bucket to shit in. That's terrible. That's the way I was, though, and I thought, I'm all right. I may be getting high, but my kids are eating every day. We have a bucket to shit in, It's kind of funny now, I could almost, it's not funny, but I can laugh about it because that's how bad I was, and that's how twisted and how much power that stuff has. It's not funny at all, but it makes me smile because I'm not there anymore.
The nature of addiction is really multifaceted, and it's hard to reduce it to one or two things. But I think some of the most important factors are that certainly it has a biological aspect. And it also has a psychological and what we might call a behavioral aspect as well. Years ago, the only definition of addiction, the medical definition, was tolerance and withdrawal. But the other thing that happened too was that we saw crack cocaine for the very first time. And while methamphetamine has been around for quite a long time, crack cocaine was brand new in the early 70s. And we saw people, young people and adults, getting addicted very, very quickly. And the definition for addiction had to be expanded because the definition of addiction that was just based on depressant drugs wasn't enough. So we started to look more carefully at what were the behavioral aspects of addiction. And so folks began to talk about what sometimes get called the 3 C's: compulsion, loss of control, and continued use despite all adverse consequence.
You realize that, wow, I'm not doing anything but this. I'm not spending my money on anything but this. I'm not going anywhere but to get high. I'm not doing anything but getting high. I got to get high to get up in the morning, Then I go home to get high at lunchtime. And then I go back to work, and I sit there and I think about going home again and getting high. You know, that's when you realize that you've got a problem. I spiraled out and really slammed in, but still didn't stop. You know, you'd think that you know, when the plane is going down and the lights are flashing and the sirens are going off, you see it in the movies, and you know the dee 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 dee, and you know, danger danger, you know, pull up, and you're just sitting there smoking dope while the plane's going down, and you're laughing the whole time.
You know, compulsion is a relationship to the substance that either has become or is becoming more important to the person than anything or anyone else. So it's having this primary relationship with the substance where you'll do anything to get it. And it's more important than your family. It's more important than your parents, more important than your children. It's the most important relationship.
You know, a lot of people, they go out and do whatever they got to do to get it, and whether it's hurt somebody or rob somebody or take something that don't belong to them, that's what they're willing to do to get high. You feel like everybody's got it in for you, that everybody hates you, and you know, the only one that don't hate you is that glass pipe over there full of dope, and you know, that's your buddy, and that's the one you love, and fall asleep with her and wake up with her, and you know, it's a rough world. And